When you're on a journey, it's always good to take time to review and to look at where you've been and to be able to celebrate the progress, and then to get your bearings again to figure out where you are and what's next in the journey. And that's what review is all about. And one of the critical components of review is to celebrate the wins and the progress. And so that's an important thing, and I love to start conversations that way of what wins can we celebrate. And almost always that's the way to start. The only exception, of course, is when somebody comes to you and they're just hemorrhaging all over the place, and then you don't want to just sort of say, so what wins can we celebrate, as they're bleeding all over the floor. But you start with celebrations, and then have them report in on their progress that they've made, and then they can begin to assess their situation, and they may need to recalibrate their plan and to make some mid-course corrections because it won't go exactly the way that they thought it was going to go. And so that's what review is all about, to be able to help them in that kind of way, but also from time to time to reflect and say, well, what are you really learning? And that's a great question for people, just to sort of pause and celebrate and recognize the realities of what they're dealing with. And by having them reflect upon what they're learning, that helps to increase wisdom, and then that perhaps informs better the next steps in their journey as they move forward. So that's a major piece of the review. The other side of the review that's important is the actual coaching relationship. And so periodically it's a good idea to sit down with the person you're working with and say, let's just take a few minutes just to evaluate how we're working together. And so you would say, well, what am I doing or not doing as a coach that's helpful to you? And give them a chance to share. What's something that I could do or not do or stop doing that would make it better for you in our journey? And taking the time to reflect upon that, and the answers that they give will be useful to you to know, how do you need to adjust as a coach to continue to be more helpful to the person you're coming alongside as a Barnabas?